Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Did you get outside? Did you get active? I sure did. I went to Boulder on Saturday with my girlfriends and we did this hike, and it literally just starts at an incline. So I wasn't able to properly prepare my body, and it was just wow. It really works your lungs like crazy. And, it's the coming down that really bothered my knees a little bit. It's just, it just kind of starts flaring up a little bit. And it was kind of perfect because the topic today is the knee to foot connection, and so if you are prone to arthritis in your knees or knee stiffness or pain, there's some strategies that we can do to take care of that or make it better at least. And the first thing is to really strengthen your hips and your thigh muscles, which is what we do in all of these classes, especially today, because the focus is on the lower body. So we're really ahead of the game when it comes to that, to really making sure we have that knee stability. The next thing we want to make sure is that we increase the knee's range of motion. So a few simple things you can do is you just sit at the edge of your chair, right? And then you take another chair, which I have in front of me, and you just elevate your leg. I know you can't really see it, but I'll walk you through it. So what you want to do is just press the knee down and then release the knee up. Hi, Daresha, how are you doing today? So you press the knee down and you release. You stay up nice and tall, and just do that like about 10 to 15 times. Another thing you can do to increase the range of motion in your knee is put your heel on the floor and your toe up. And then again, I'll do this leg so you can see better. You just push the knee down and then release. Push the knee and release. And again, repeat that 10 to 15 times. Now, the other one I can't really demonstrate, but it's really great. It's called the heel slide. So you can lay on your back. You can take a strap or a long flat band and wrap it around your foot. And then when you're laying on your back, one knee is bent and the foot is flat. And then the other leg is extended with that band around the foot. And you're simply just going to slide the knee into the chest and then fully extend it out. And then you slide it in. You can either come up on your forearms, or if it's more comfortable, you can be all the way on your back. And then, of course, you repeat to the other leg. Hi, Mary. How are you doing today? I'm ready to work out, too. I'm just going over some things with that knee to foot connection because that's part of our theme for April. The other things you want to take into consideration is if you need custom made orthotics. I had to have some made back in the day in Los Angeles. I had a stress fracture in one of my toes. I had neuromas in both feet. So I had to get orthotics, and they really saved me. And, once I got out of the boot, the orthotic just went into all of my tennis shoes. And of course, the last thing, you have to make sure you have supportive, comfortable shoes. That is the number one key, okay? We want you to have the support you need. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Pat. How are you doing today? So I'm going to post this information after because it's really valuable, but again, these classes and this board, we already really target all of these things. We are strengthening your hips and your thighs, your feet, your ankles, and of course your core as well, working on the posture. So we're just, we're doing it all. You guys are doing it great. And I'm going to start with Barney, I'm going to start with some easy drills before we launch in. And so I was just saying, I went hiking on Saturday, which was very challenging. I usually like to prepare my body first before I launch up on that steep of an incline. But I was with gals that are a lot younger than me, so what am I going to do, I just stretched extra time after. And then Sunday, I went with my sister, and we walked the dogs for about 3 miles. So I was quite stiff, and I had to do some extra stretching, which I always encourage you guys to do. I love everybody's pictures of the doggies. Greta, Pat, oh my goodness. Listen, I saw so many puppies out this weekend. It's just my favorite thing. It just brings me so much joy. Okay, guys, so we're going to launch in to our lower body. Make sure you got your chair handy. Get your water. We're not going to be using bands today. And what we're going to do, I'm going to just put on some music here, is we're going to do a warm-up, and then we're going to launch into some circuits. And what the circuit is going to look like is a minute of like a low impact cardio, and then a minute or so of a strength exercise, and then a balance drill. And then we'll have a pause and we'll do another circuit. Okay, but first we're just going to do those ankle rolls. Just start lubricating those joints. And I want you to really think about every single bit of this rotation. So you're coming up on the ball of your foot, and that standing leg is bent, and you're keeping that board center. So what did you do this weekend? Did you get out in your garden? It's going to snow here tomorrow, you guys. My first little tulip buds just popped up in the front. And we're supposed to get a couple of days of snow. It's just went from 70 degrees here to boom, it was 30 something this morning. Boy, are my allergies crazy. And the winds kicked up like crazy yesterday too on Saturday on our way down the mountain in Boulder. Okay, now we're going to switch to the other side. So first you always want to make sure you're nice and stable. Come up on the ball of that foot and then just start those easy rotations. Spring has definitely sprung, but you know what? Winter is still going to rear its ugly head for a couple more days. They always say here in Denver, you never really want to start planting till after Mother's Day. And sorry if I repeat myself, but you know what? I can't help it. Okay, now you're going to relax, and we're going to go into the hip circles now. So I'm going to bring my foot off the floor and go into a full rotation. But remember, you're just going to your own natural range of motion here. Just waking up that hip before we ease on in to our lower body workout. How are you feeling today? Did you get a good night's sleep? I hope so. I got my good full 8 hours, boy. 2 more times. And now we are going to switch. Here we go. Open that hip. And use your breath here, but don't hunch the shoulders. Feels good. We're just going to do a couple more here. And now we are going to go, into our calf raises. So let's warm up those calf muscles. Come all the way up on the balls of those feet. Barney got a lot of exercise this weekend. Let's get 4 more of these. And last one, let's hold it at the top and let's just do little presses up, up. So you're just working the top portion of those calf muscles, getting that blood circulating into those tight muscles, breathing and hold it at the top and release it down. And then just do some knee lifts. Just nice and easy. And make sure you don't pound the floor when that foot comes down. Stay nice and tall. And let's just get a couple more of these. And now we are going to go into our toe taps. So what we're going to do is just tap behind the 1 and the 1, and then the 2 and the 2. Keep the board center. The 3 and the 3. And we're going to keep that going. So we're really thinking about that foot placement, the foot to knee connection. And you can start lifting your knee a little higher if you like. You don't have to. Starting to work that brain-body connection as well. Barney's like so stoic right now. He's been acting so strange though. Haven't you? Don't grip those poles too tight. Okay, we're going to do one more. How are you doing? You feeling pretty good with that? Good. Now we're just going to step it out. Press the heel down. And we're going to do a crossover heel tap next. So first, stabilize. We're going to cross and cross. And now we're going to go to 2 and 2 and again 3 and 3. So just keep that going at your own pace, keeping that board center, starting to work those inner thighs a little bit. And again, if you want to pick the leg up higher, it's up to you. Just easing you in on a Monday morning. Place, place. Knees are always nice and soft here. Let's get one more. And then let's just step it out. And we're going to do another set of calf raises before we launch into our workout, okay? So press those heels down. Here we go. Lift, lower. Exhale up. Really flex and squeeze into your calf muscles at the top. We're going to do 5 more. All the way up. Last 2. Hold it at the top. Tight presses. Up. 2 more times and hold it up. And release it down. Good. Now just lift those knees. I see somebody popped in. I hope you're doing great today. And then we're just going to go into our hamstring curls. Warm up your hamstrings now. The backs of those thighs have to be warmed up too. All the while keeping that board center. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, sidestep it. Okay, I want you to get a quick drink of water. and then we're going to launch into our first circuit, okay? Stabilize. Getting some water. Okay, so the first cardio, we're going to come up on the board behind 1 and 1, and we're just going to kind of jog in place. So if you want to just step in place, that's okay. I mean, you're going to try to keep the board center. I'm struggling here, but I'm going to keep working on it. Come down soft, and remember, you don't have to jog. If you want to come down on the floor and jog, or just step it out, or walk in place, whatever you prefer, okay? This is your workout, and you're listening to your body, and you're doing what feels comfortable for you, okay? But I am like just so lightly, ever so lightly, barely lifting my foot off the board. Just getting your heart rate up a little bit here. My board is rocking back and forth. It's having the time of its life right now. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to engage my core as much as I can, but it's a challenge. What can I tell you? Just got about 10 more seconds here. Okay, let's just stabilize. Come together. You want to stay in proper alignment here. So, as I said in the beginning, strengthening your hips and your thighs is going to help increase range of motion and stability in your knees. It's very, very important. You know, a lot of people think if they have, you know, arthritis or osteoporosis, they should avoid this exercise, but this is really an important exercise because we need to strengthen those major muscle groups to support our knee, okay, and our ankles and feet. So I am thinking about those pressure points as well. Now I know this is a little bit more challenging because we're doing this for a full minute, but you're just listening to your body, okay? You just do what you can. If you need to rock back and forth, please do. We're just going to do a couple more, and then we are going to go into our balance. Okay, so we're going to hold it down. Find that center, engage that core. And if you feel good and you want to take one hand off, if you feel really good, engage the core even more. I'm pulling those abdominals in. I'm breathing. It's challenging. Just do the best you can. And we're just going to hold this for 30 seconds, if you can. And then you're going to slowly bring it up. Tighten your glutes. And then open the feet up to 2 and 2. And let's just tap it out. Release. So that was your first circuit. How did you do? I'd love to hear from you. Just work it out a little bit. So you know we're always going to have this break in between circuits. So if this is too challenging, remember, just come off the board. You can just keep moving your body. You can just work on finding your center. Or if you really need to have a seat and just march your feet in place or bring your arms overhead. Just something to keep you moving, okay? Now we're going to drop the board, step down and down. Let's release those arms for a second. Just do those big sweeping circles. Release. Release. No, we're not working the upper body, but sometimes when you're working the lower body like that, we have a tendency to hold tension in our shoulders and in our upper backs. So this is a nice release, a nice reminder to let that tension go. Okay, now the second circuit, shake it out a little bit. We're going to do the knee up, opposite arm up for a minute. Okay, so are we ready? Lift. Elongate your side body and breathe. And you can go a little faster if you like, but you don't have to. This is a nice low impact cardio move. I love these moves because they don't pound the joints, but they definitely get your heart rate up. Reach for the ceiling. And if it bothers you, by the way, for your arm to go overhead like this, just bring your arms out to the side and just lift the knee as high as you can, okay? Come down soft. How are you doing? Feeling energized yet? Waking up? Reach. We're going to do about 10 more of these. Last two here. Good. Now going into our next strength move, what you're going to do is step back with the right foot. And what you're going to do is walk down until the back knee touches the floor. Then use the strength of this front thigh to stand up and walk back up and then switch. Okay? Step back. Walk down, touch the knee, use the strength of this thigh, push the heel into the floor, come all the way up. So this is a strength move, we're taking our time. Walk down, touch the knee, press that foot into the floor, and come back up. So if you don't want to come all the way down, that's fine. You know, if you have issues with your knee, then what you want to do is just step back, and then you just want to pull the knee back up. Okay, you don't have to come into this stationary lunge. Step back, walk it down. Take your time. Use that thigh, push into the floor. You feel that, right? Walk it down. How are you doing with this? I know this is challenging, but you know what? There's always a modifier. So the modifier would be just step back, push the heel down, lift the knee, step back, push the heel down, lift the knee, okay? That's a good modifier. Or you can always get up on the board and just try to find that center. That's always a good modifier as well. If you're struggling with any move, don't get frustrated. You know, don't get impatient. This is really a journey, and you're just listening to your body and doing the best you can, okay? And we're going to do one more on each side. Here we go. Push that foot into the floor. And this is the last one, I promise. And now we are going to step up with that left foot. We're going to go right into our one leg balance to finish the second circuit. Engage your core. Drop those shoulders. I don't think I'm feeling quite sturdy enough to take my hands off. But if you are, and you want to give it a try, go for it. But don't hold your breath. I'm working on just finding that center, because remember, we're holding these balance moves for 30 seconds in this circuit. I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to concentrate on picking a focal point. And then step back, step down, and we're going to switch right away. So step up, lift, find that center. Probably going to be better on this leg. I should be. Thinking about those pressure points always in your feet. Drop those shoulders. Breathing. Keep that standing leg slightly bent. You don't want to be in a hyperextended position. Way too much stress on the knee. And breathe. Again, if you're feeling confident and stable and you want to try to take those hands off, please do. Let me know how you do. Okay, I think I got it, almost. And then step it down, and we're going to release those arms again and just circle it forward and step in place. Hopefully you're not gripping those poles too tight, but just release it. Get a nice little break in between the circuits, and it's a nice opportunity, right, to grab a drink of water. Let's just get a couple more of these. And good. Okay, we're ready for the next circuit. So first we're going to do our cardio for 1 minute. Then we're going to do the side squat off the board for our strength. And we're going to do a one-leg balance in the center of the board. Okay, so first, feet wide apart. Here we go. Now we're going to add those arms because we are going to do this low impact cardio move. So pull back. Really think about squeezing into those back muscles. Come down soft. Yeah, knees are soft. Use your breath. How are you doing? Don't hold your breath here. Make it big. Lots of energy. You got it. Keep going. Almost there. For 10, 8, 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Side step it. Okay, now go to the side. Our strength move is going to be that side squat off the board. I'll show you modifier because this is a more challenging move, okay? So first we stabilize, drop the board, step up to that center line, step up, okay? So you're going to step to the side, push your hips back, go into your squat, use the floor as a springboard, push back up to standing. Step down, push your hips back, chest up. Use that strength of your thigh to come back up. Now, if that's too challenging for you, just step down and up. Just simply step up and step down, okay? Here we go. Step, or you could just do a partial squat as well. It's up to you, but take your time. Place that foot Then push your hips back, sit, and then use the strength of that leg to push you up to standing. Relax the shoulders down, chest up, chin up, straight spine. You are keeping your abs engaged as well. Remember, this is a more advanced move, so if you can't do it, don't get frustrated. You could also simply just come up on the board and do a partial squat if this doesn't feel good to you. Okay, we're going to do one more. Then we are going to hold it up, and we're going to find that center for our balance. If you feel good, you want to lift one leg, really working those stabilizers. Keep that knee soft, pick that focal point, pull your abs in, and breathe. I need to concentrate. I'm losing it a little bit. Release the foot down, drop the board, step down and step down. How did you do? Okay, we got to switch to the other side. Sip up to the center. And when you're ready, step to the side. Push those hips back. Push your foot into the floor to get yourself back up again. Sit and all the way up. Press fully into that foot. Again, you can just go here. You can just do a little baby knee bend partial squat. Or you can go full down into it if that feels okay. Working those glutes, strengthening those thighs and hips, all promoting the foot to knee connection. Power it. How are you doing? I know this is challenging. It is for me too. Okay, let's just get 3 more of these, and then we're going to go into that balance move. Okay, we're going to hold it up, find that center. Tuck the pelvis under, engage your core, drop the shoulders. If you're feeling good and you want to lift one leg, go for it. Breathing. Try your best to keep maintaining that center balance. So, are you distributing your weight evenly in that foot? Are you thinking about those pressure points? Working that inner focus. Keep holding if you can, breathing. I feel a little better on this side. Well, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Just a couple more seconds here. And then release. Drop the board, step it down, step it down. How did you do? Let's release those arms again, circle it forward. I am definitely working up a sweat with this workout. How about you? I hope so. For 4, release. 3, let it go. Last one. Okay, get a quick drink of water before we launch into our next circuit. Whew. Okay, our low impact cardio move is going to be working our obliques, and then we're going to do strength, working our inner thighs, and then our balance is just going to be a plie hold on the board. So first, bring your feet just a little wider than hip. Bring your arms up like this. Okay, 1 minute, here we go. Exhale down. Work those obliques. And by the way, you can slow it down if you need to, but use your breath. How are you doing? Working that core. Getting that heart rate up. Helps to burn calories, you know. Getting more pep in your step. That's another theme for this month. We're springing into spring for sure. How are you doing? If you need to just step side to side, that's okay. Just keep moving. Use your breath. Come down soft. I know a minute seems like a long time when we're doing these, right? Because I really feel it in my hip flexors too. Almost there, you guys. For 10. This is 7. For 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Woo! Sidestep it. Holy moly. Okay, going into our strength move. First, step it out. Catch your breath a little bit. Stabilize. We're going to come up behind the 3 and the 3. Toes pointed out. And when you're ready, find the center. Now we can either do a partial plie or full plie. It's up to you. I'm going to start with a partial for our strength exercise. The challenges, keeping the board center, keeping the knees tracking over the toe line, focusing on that proper alignment. It's a vertical drop. Squeeze up into the glutes at the top. Push the feet into the board to really engage those inner thighs. Loosen your grip. Keep that chest lifted. Really working those inner thighs. So think of almost about like a 2 count coming up and a 2 count coming down. But listen, if you can only go to here, that's fine. If you feel any pain in your knees, please just step it out or rock side to side and just work on finding your center. There's always something you can be doing. Okay? Remember, it's progress, not perfection. How are you doing? I'm going to come down a little deeper for these last reps, but you don't have to. Woo! For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we are going to hold it down, and we're going to work on that balance. So when you're feeling ready, if you're feeling ready, you can take one hand off and then the other. I'm pulling my abs in as tight as I possibly can. Breathing. This is very challenging. If you need to come up out of the plie a little bit, please do. I do. Holding, breathing. Relax the shoulders down. Woo! Those inner thighs are working, huh? I know we're holding these balance moves just a little longer. Just keep breathing. If you need to come all the way up out of the plie, that's completely fine. And then you are going to bring it up. Ooh, squeeze the glutes. Bring your toes forward and just rock side to side. And then just step it on out. Wow. Okay. Let me know how you did with that one. That was challenging. Getting a really good, thorough workout on our lower bodies here. Let's get 4 more. Last one here. And then drop the board, step it down, release the arms, big circles forward, release, release. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get a quick drink of water before our next circuit. I may have to like wipe it down. Oh boy. Okay, focus is going to be on our outer thighs. So our 1-minute cardio is going to be a step touch with a chest press. Okay, so if you're ready, you can put your hands on the poles if you don't want to do the chest press. First start here, then bring your arms here, make a fist. Then push out. Exhale as you push, and think about flexing into your chest muscles as you extend those arms. Remember, it's all about how much energy you want to put into the move. Use your breath. If you're out of breath and you need to slow it way down, just stop using the arms. That'll take it down quite a bit. And just do a side step, okay? So we're going to do this for 30 seconds and our shift and lift for 30 seconds. All right? So we're going to break this low impact cardio move up a little bit. So if you're ready, let's go into that shift and lift. Release the arms. It's lift, lift. Put your hands on the poles if you need to. Knees are soft, but now look, we're going to add our arms. So you're going to do like a lateral raise, and you're lifting through the heel of that foot. Don't turn the toes up. Keep the toes pointing down, and just think about your outer thigh. And don't bring your arms above your shoulders. Breathe. It's like a low impact jumping jack, really. Modified jumping jack. Use your breath. You feeling it? For 10, 9, and 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Woo! Lift the knee, and we're going to go into our strength move. So we're going to go into a 2-count squat. Catch your breath if you need to, but you're going to stabilize. You're going to come up behind the 2 and the 2. And we're going to find that center right away. And we're going to go into that 2 count, okay? So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to think of each level. Grip the glutes, Squeeze at the top. Push your hips back. Come all the way down. Grip the glutes. Come up halfway. All the way up. Take your time. Try to keep that board center. Run your fingers so you're not gripping those poles. Listening to your knees, listening to your body, thinking about those pressure points in your feet always. And if you have to modify and you just want to do the partial squat, fine. That's absolutely fine. We're working no matter what. Even if you're just standing, finding your center. You are working your stabilizers. You are working your proprioceptors. You're working your core. Everything, okay? So don't feel like if you can't do this, that, you're not getting anything out of it, because you sure are. And every time you're just going to get stronger. You're going to build that muscular strength and endurance. So wonderful. You're going to really, God forbid, it's going to prevent you from taking falls. And if you do, you're going to bounce back so much faster. It's so critical. So I'm so happy you're here with me. And you're just taking action over your own life. I love that. Because so many people just sit on the couch and complain about their aches and pains, but they just don't do anything about it, right? So we are proactive here. Woo, my glutes are feeling this. Okay, we're just going to do one more, I promise. I've been talking quite a bit. And now we are going to hold that one down. And if you can, we're going to find that center balance, and we are going to work our balance. Crazy time, but only if you're feeling confident. Breathing deeply. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, my thighs. Whoo! They still feel it from that incline walk, you know what I'm saying? Holy moly. Drop your shoulders, breathe. Bring it up slow. Tighten the glutes. Feet a little wider. I know. I am working you today. I know I am. But what better way to launch into the week? And look, if you're just beginning and you're really like, I can't do this, please join Dan's class tomorrow, because he really brings it back down to the basics and the power of the brain-body connection as we move through April, just to get the really fundamentals down. It's a great class. And then Wednesday is, of course, our Kathy for her Wellness Wednesday, which is always brilliant. And then Thursday, Dan has his more advanced class, full body. And my Friday class is full body, but I do like a half on the board and half off the board, just to give you a little bit of variety. Check your progress. How are you doing just on the floor with your balance maneuvers? Okay, look, we're going to drop that board. Step down, and it's time to cool it down. So first, get a drink of water. And first, I'm just going to do a nice side sweep across the body. And you're just going to release the shoulder and just tap the toe. Just really nice and easy here. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and then just a super easy side step. Just shake your arms out. Just let any tension just leave your body, okay? I know, because when I concentrate so much, I just know that I'm trying to remind you, but I'm also reminding myself to not hold tension in my neck and my shoulders. I woke up with such a stiff neck this morning. I don't think I moved all night long, and that's crazy, right? Okay, now let's stretch out our calf muscles. Bring it back to the center. Step all the way back. Push that heel into the floor. Press your body forward. And just send that nice, long, healing breath into your calf muscles. With that breath in, you're visualizing the breath traveling into your calf muscles. And as you exhale, I just want you to just relax into this stretch a little bit, okay? I don't want you to fight it. You shouldn't feel pain. Just feel a nice stretch. And again, I'll post that information that I shared at the beginning about how to increase range of motion in your knee. And they're super easy drills. So if you have arthritis in your knees or you just want to prevent, these are great drills to add to, what you're already doing. And now we are just going to switch. I'm going to put on some stretch music. Why not? Okay, step all the way back. Push that heel into the floor. So you're just hinging slightly from the waist. Do you feel that stretch? Send that healing light in with your breath in. And make sure you exhale all the air out before you take that next breath in, okay? And then you're going to slowly release out of that. And let's just kick it out a little bit. And we're going to do a stagger stance for our hamstrings. So I want you to step it forward and then step it back. Now with a straight leg, you're going to hinge forward just until you feel a stretch. Okay? You don't want to force this, but make sure you're in proper alignment. So both toes are pointing straight ahead. If you can come to a tabletop, that's great, but this is as far as my body will allow me to go. Breathing. And then bring it up, and then you're going to bend that back leg, and you're going to come up on the ball of that back foot. You're going to do a vertical drop, and then you're just going to press the hip forward slightly until you feel a stretch. Hold and breathe. The more you come down, the more you press this hip forward, the deeper stretch in that iliopsoas muscle. Let it go. Just relax. Release the tension. And then slowly coming up, step forward, and we're going to turn it around. And we're going to do that stagger stance. Try to keep your legs straight if you can. Keep a nice long neck and breathe. And then slowly bringing it up, come up on the ball of that back foot, drop. It's a vertical drop. Press this hip forward and breathe. And then slowly bringing it up. And I'm going to grab my chair, but you can use the poles like we always do. You can go into your low back stretch. So hinge from the waist to that flat back position and hold and breathe. Really release and relax into this stretch. And then very slowly bringing it up, stepping forward. And let's go into our quadricep stretch. Use the chair or the pole. Glue those knees together. Press those hips forward. And breathe. So what's on tap for you today? I'm glad I didn't switch out my closets yet from winter to summer. Still need those snow boots and snow hats for a couple more days. And then release. Just kick it out a little bit. And we're going to switch. You know, if you have trouble doing this stretch standing, if you have a strap or a flat band, you can lay on your side and wrap the strap around your foot and do it that way. Or you can lay on your stomach with your knees together and wrap the strap or band around your foot and pull it towards your butt cheek. So there are different ways if you struggle getting that knee up to go into this stretch, okay? And if you don't like coming up and off the floor, you can also do it lying on your bed. You know, you can do your hamstring stretch with the strap, your quadricep stretch with the strap, you know. Okay, I'm going to bring it over there for the last few stretches, my hip stretch. And hopefully see some of your comments. See how you did today. Okay, let's go into our hip stretch. So cross that foot over. Hi, Peg. I think, are you new to the group? Cecilia, are you new to the group? Gosh, we got Jules in here as well. Did you guys get the board, or are you just kind of checking it out? Are you thinking about it? I've been in this fitness game for 30 years, okay? And it was really when I turned, I think, like 50, 51, when I started realizing I couldn't work out the way that I used to. I couldn't do the high impact workouts anymore. Just too hard on my joints. You know, I just had so many things going on. And as I got even older, you know, I was even more aware that I had to take special care. And, you know, as I was approaching turning 60, I met Dan, and it was just a perfect timing and partnership, because I have my own programs that target, you know, the 50, 60 plus consumer that offer the low impact, joint friendly workouts. And, you know, this balance and agility piece is such a huge part of, you know, proper exercise as we age. And so I'm just thrilled because I can see the difference in my own body. And I just encourage you all to go ahead and invest and get the board because I don't know any other company or product that gives you all these free classes. I mean, Dan really stands by his board, and we just hold your hand through the process, you know? And I love that, you know, it shows that there's a lot of care. And, you know, listen, it's helped me. I know it's helped thousands of people, including Bob Eubanks, who's got a new lease on life. So if you're thinking about it and you're thinking, oh, it's too expensive, think how much money you pay on a gym membership, and think how much money you pay for chiropractors and, you know, all that kind of thing. And this is something that you'll have forever, and you have access to all the live classes, all the classes on YouTube. You have us at your fingertips to ask any questions. And okay, so anyway, that's my pitch for the day, because I just want you to live your best quality of life. And, you know, like I said, I've been at this a long time, and there just aren't many companies or products that create this kind of support system to make sure you succeed, okay? So that's it. Pat, you're tired? Uh-oh. You thought I was 50, Daresha? Well, thank you so much. No, I turned 60 on June 28th, and how appropriate that I became part of the team for 60 Up on my 60th birthday. Hey! It is a tremendous resource. I mean, I know, I'm like sweaty. I think this is the most that I've sweat. These circuits are effective, right? I might do, next Monday, I might just do opposing muscle groups, because I also like to do that, just to create such a great balance and strong foundation. So anyway, everybody, thanks for joining me. Have a beautiful day, and I will look forward to seeing you guys on Friday. Bye, everybody.